Good morning out there in YouTube land. My name is Greg. This is another episode of Greg's Mowers and More. And today we're going to dig out a snowblower. I picked this up probably a year and a half, 2 years ago maybe. Big, huge old snowblower. I believe it's a craftsman if I remember right. I haven't looked at it in a long time, but I know it's in here. Barely see it back there. So anyway, we're going to drag that out. See if we can get that thing running today. I know it's beautiful weather out today. It's supposed to be like 80 degrees, but we know winter's coming. I mean, it's the end of October. It's probably the last Indian summer we're going to have. Anyway, I'm going to bring you guys back in there so you guys can kind of check this thing out before I drag it out of this hole, and then we'll get going on it. You can probably start to kind of see it. All kinds of briars and brambles. And kind of grown up back here. Sorry for the camera work. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Big old craftsman. Big old craftsman power propelled on there. It's got a big old Tecumseh on it. So yeah, she's there. Tires still even look like they're up, so we'll get to that Toro another day. Today we're gonna get to this craftsman. So I'm gonna start dragging this out of here, set you guys up so you can watch. Alright, we got her moved around up front here where we're going to work on it at. Again, I apologize for the wind noise. Wind's picking up. It's supposed to rain today. I'm trying to get through something before the rain stops me. We'll see if we get there or not. But I picked this thing up in Eureka, Illinois, and it was in an estate. Somebody passed away. They said they'd been sitting in the same garage for a long time. They do believe the gas was drained out of them, but we'll see whether or not that's true. I didn't even have time to look at that when I got them. So this one, that Toro you saw, I threw them both in the back of the van and went to work and brought them home and unloaded, and that's where they've been sitting ever since. So, give you guys a little flyover here. And I mean, it's got a big impeller on it. I think it says 14-inch impeller. Big old chute. Big old Tecumseh on her. It is a winterized, power-propelled Sears Craftsman, 5 speeds forward, 1 reverse. It is a 2-stage. You know, and I mean, we got duct tape, spare belt that's falling apart in my hands. I mean, she's a pretty heavy-duty old unit for what she is, which the augers look to be in good shape. The chute looks to be in good shape. It's not really rusty. So let me set you guys up and we'll get going. Probably go ahead and check the engine oil in it. Make sure it's not full of water or gasoline. Looking good so far. Yeah, looks pretty good, don't it? Don't even look that old. This is the sniff test. Alright. Take a quick peek down in the tank here. Good thing it comes with that plastic tank, otherwise it all runs away. Yeah, the tank's nice and empty. There's nothing in there. I do think I want to pull the plug out and put a little bit of lubricant down that film. got some more handiwork up top here. Somebody's been putting in random bolts trying to keep the shrouding on it. Yeah, I mean, she sat outside back there for a while, and a lot of the other ones had water intrusion in them. A little dark. Looks like it might have been running a hair rich. We got a little bit of carbon deposits on there. Might burn some oil. We're gonna give her some PV. I don't like these new cans. Fill her up and make a nice smoke show. Alright. Next thing we're gonna do is see if the recoil rope's gonna work. Oh yeah. Going over like butter. One thing I do not see on this big one is an electric start component. On something this big, that's kind of a bummer. I guess next thing is going to be, let's move on and see if we have a spark. Try to get you guys in from that. Zapped here. Oh, might help if I turn the key on. I don't see anything. What's all this duct tape say? Off, on. Okay. I can't tell nothing. I think we're just going to throw a little bit of carb cleaner in the hole and see if it barks, but I doubt it. I bet we're probably going to be pulling the shrouding off. It's probably got points. Which I used to have the knockoff tool for Tecumseh, but I don't remember if I still have it. Here goes nothing, and that's probably what it's going to be, is nothing. Yeah, we got no spark. Good, I got most of the tools I think I'm going to need here to get this apart. And I was kind of looking at it. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Tecumsehs. I try to stay away from them if I can, but snowblower season, I inevitably always run into them. So, from what I know about Tecumsehs, this right here should be the date code, and this thing should be a 1969. So, I mean, it's getting pretty long in the tooth as far as Tecumsehs go. They run good as long as they run. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because in my experience, they've been needle and seat leaking, hydro locking, rod throwing. Anyway, I know there's guys out there that love them and think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I'm not one of those guys. I'll take a Briggs & Stratton over one of these any day of the week. I'll take a Honda over one of these any day of the week too. But snowblower season comes, you don't have much choice, because that's what's on most of the snowblowers. And that's where a lot of your old Tecumsehs are still around, because they don't see much usage. Get put away in a shed for 10 or 20 years, and then somebody finds it and wants to fire it back up. You know. Oh, jeez. I don't want to break any head bolts off in this thing. It's kind of one of the things I don't like about Tecumsehs is you got to pull a couple of the head bolts to get the shroud out. There's 3 of them right here, and then somebody's got this little goofy bracket rigged up there. You shouldn't have to pull head bolts to get a shroud out or a gas tank off. Just never made any sense to me. But you know, it comes to things. Oh, jeez. Oh. Yeah, there's a little decal right there. It says, this engine has provision for electric start. It's got a hole over here for it, but it didn't actually have it. So must have been an option back in the day. Which, I mean, today, you know, as you saw in those previous videos, most of these snowblowers today got power more Chinese engines on them, which they're kind of based off this. I mean, they sold a lot of the same things. Alright, I don't know if we'll be able to squeak that shroud out of that. We're going to try it. Let's see. Alright, so there's 4 bolts down here. There's 1 on each side, and like bricks. Looks like they're 7/16. Oh, that's in there. Boy, it'd be a nice day if it wasn't for the wind. It's still a nice day for tail end of October. I think last year, the year before, it was snowing already. Sure would like to get that wrench off of there. The cable's kind of in the way. Oh. Oh. Should be one on the other side too, right? Ow, that's my head. Should be. Yeah, right there. This here duct tape patch job's got me over here grinning. It's pretty high quality stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of upset if I get in here and this thing's got electronic ignition on it. I did all this for nothing. Should have just cleaned the ground or something. Time will tell. Oh, where's my wrench? Yeah, this thing ain't been apart in a long time. You never know what you're going to find behind the shroud either. You know, there could be mice or wasps or hornets' nest, pole top. There might be. Set you there. Alright, let's see if we can get the shroud off, get access to the flywheel. You're kind of wanting to move. You want to move a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Might have to take this fuel tank off to get access to it. It's acting like it's stuck to it. Probably is. See if loosening these two helps. And it looks like that. And Azure is holding it a little bit too. That's not going to move with that. There we go. There, we're getting her to move. And that primer hood is probably holding it. Alright. Shroud is out. Okay. Now we're down to our flywheel here. I don't know what size these are. 3/4 maybe. Let's go ahead and hit that with some penetrant. Actually looks pretty good. Hopefully I can get my impact in here. Got that off. Sure wish I knew where that knockoff tool was though. Pull that off. Dang it. Dump that out. Do that. There. Keyway. Thread this back down so it's even with the end of the crank threads. There we go. Man, I didn't bring my pry bar out. Yeah. So flywheels are always on the tapered shaft. I'll hold them on there. So we're going to try to kind of get in behind here somewhere. Probably right there like that. And then we're going to give her a tap. Another tap. Another tap. Boy, she's kind of on there. I'm also using my left hand, which I'm right-handed, so you know. There she went. Okay. Took me a few blows, but we got her. See some of them little stink bugs crawling out behind there. There's our magnets. Keyway looks alright. Yeah, she's gonna have points. I'm gonna have to get this. Yeah, it says set points at 20 thou. We don't have to get oil. So, try to get you guys a better view of that so you can see what's going on in here. So, let me see here. I believe this just hooks in here somehow. Again, I'm not a Tecumseh expert, nor do I claim to be. Guys like Ron Grant, Tecumseh experts, they work on them every day. There we go. I gotta take that keyway out, don't I? Get that off of there. Okay, that didn't want to come out. Maker. Dang. It's in there. There it goes. Okay. Alright, now we're down to our points. Just want to kind of grab this crank pulley on the other end here, rotate this over and see if I can't see these points opening and closing. And they are. Doing just that. So, brought out my ignition points file, which is right here. Anyway, try and get that in between there. File on the points a little bit because they definitely are corroded, but they don't look too bad actually. Looking like they were replaced before it was put away. Which is a good thing. Usually they're about shot. I use my screwdriver to kind of hold some pressure on the back side of this breaker arm. That way I can kind of get in here and, you know, sandy points down. Kind of get a pain. Piece of foam right here. This is for lubricating your eccentric. We're going to have to hit that with some penetrating oil or some engine oil before we put it back together so it doesn't wear the points right out. I just hope we don't have an issue with the coil or anything. Alright. Blow those out with a little bit of carb cleaner. All that monstrosity out of there. We're going to give them a flick. Rotate them around just to make sure they're closing again. Filling up just a little bit. Gonna have to let that dry out. Otherwise, the points arc, that thing will go kaboom. Alright, I'm gonna go find some sandpaper and sand on the coil and the magnets in the flywheel, and then I'm going to put this back together. You guys have already seen it come apart, so installation is just the reverse of that. Alright, before we go putting all that shrouding back on, I want to make sure we got spark. So let's see if we got it. I'm going to spin it with the drill. Oh yeah. Look at that. Nice hot bright spark. Good deal. Alright, I can finish putting the shroud and the head bolts back in. Then we'll see if it won't fire up. Alright, so we're back. I got it all put back together. Again, I'm sorry for the wind noise. The wind's picking up all the time. I got some 32-to-1 lawn boy mix I'm going to put in this tank. Hopefully that oil will help free up the needle and seed, gaskets in the carburetor, help dilute that stuff a little bit. She's probably been sitting a long time. So this will probably make her smoke a little bit, but that's okay. I'm okay with that at first, trying to get everything to come back around on it. So we got a little bit of fuel on the bottom of the tank there. I'm going to turn the shut off on. We're going to see what she's going to do here. Fuel shut off is on. Keys on. Choke. Choke is on full. Prime it a couple of times. And here goes nothing. Let's see what kind of result we got. Might be too much choke. And our shutoff valve is leaking fuel everywhere. Okay. Pretend we didn't see that. I flooded it. Alright. Well, we got some stuff to fix. I'll show you guys this leaking shut off. See, she's just dumping fuel right out of that shutoff valve. So I got another one. I'm gonna slap it on there. Try it again. Alright, I replaced the fuel shutoff valve. Put a nice shiny Briggs & Stratton one on there. Try to make her run better. So I pulled the plug out and I flooded it. I don't know if I hit the primer too many times or the needle and seat's leaking fast, but I cleaned the plug off. I got the fuel off for right now in case the needle and seat's leaking through. We're going to give her another shot here and see what happens. Kind of acting funny. Yank that plug out. Got it. It's acting like it's not even trying to hit at all. Flooded her again. Yeah. I think she's a little flooded. Make sure we didn't lose spark. Can't imagine we did. Stranger things have happened. Nope, I can hear it sparking. I can give her just a tickle of carb cleaner down the hole. That's enough to get her to lick off. give up. Sounded too good. Well, you should have ran by now. I mean, it tried to run. I guess let's take a look at that plug again. Yeah, it's wet again. Alright, I'm gonna fire my air compressor up, try this thing out, try to heat the plug. Okay, so I pulled the plug out, blew it out with compressed air, even heated the plug with propane torch a little bit. We're gonna give it a squirt, see if it goes this time. Man, that's just not acting right at all. Alright. I guess what you want to do, pull the plug out, look at the plug in. Thing should have ran by now. That plug's still dry, so we don't have any fuel. So let's give it a little. Go. Right back in there, booger. That thing should have fired. And our recoil's messing up for some reason. I'm gonna have to look into that. Dumpsters like this are never easy. Never easy, never fun. Alright, well, what a difference a couple of days makes. It's about 37 degrees out instead of the 80 it was when I was working on this last time. But as you saw in the last few clips there, we lost spark. It's just not going well. So I'm going to have to tear all this back apart, go in there and look at the points again. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. You guys have already seen me take this thing apart. So I'm going to get that apart, then we'll come back, try to figure out why we lost spark. Alright, well, what a difference a couple of days makes. It's about 37 degrees out instead of the 80 it was when I was working on this last time. But as you saw in the last few clips there, we lost spark. It's just not going well. So I'm going to have to tear all this back apart, go in there and look at the points again. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. You guys have already seen me take this thing apart. So I'm going to get that apart, then we'll come back, try to figure out why we lost spark. Alright, well, I got her apart and I found the problem. Look in the crankshaft right there. Wheel that back this way a little bit. And you will see the keyway sheared off. There's half over there. It's the other half over down the flywheel. So I'm gonna have to find a new keyway and get that boogered mess out of there. It's probably not gonna be much fun, but I think I can handle that. So probably on one of them puffs when it backfired, it sheared that flywheel key, which that's okay. That's what it's designed for. It's designed to shear that rather than break something more expensive. So I'm glad it did that. But yeah, that's why we didn't have any spark. So let me figure out a way to fix that. We'll come back. Alright guys, well, I did get both pieces out. The keyway still looks pretty good in both the flywheel and that, but I don't have one. So that's gonna have to wait until I make a trip into town. I'm not gonna be doing that until probably later on today. And my phone storage is getting pretty darn full. So unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to just do with what I got here and upload this and then do a part 2 when I get this new keyway. But anyway, I think after that point, I think she's gonna run because we already did hear it kind of pop off. So hopefully the second video will be a little better than the first. But you never can tell with these old pieces of equipment. You just never can tell how it's gonna go. Sometimes it goes real good, sometimes it goes real bad, but as always, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, and I hope you will watch part 2 when it gets put out. So have a great day. God bless you.